Hey everybody, I'm Alan Troy. This is Decoded on Code Mag, and I'm here with the one and only Ebony Riley.
What's up?
We're on the set of her Code Mag shoot, and today we're gonna get to know her a bit. So, you got a new album,
Yes.
very, very much so infancy. Like, how does that feel? How do you sit in that as a new artist and something that you've probably worked so hard on? Now it's out to the world. You really can't do much else but take it all in.
I feel good. I feel excited that people finally got it, people receiving it. So obviously that's rewarding for me because I've had it so long.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just excited and I just want to find my people. I'm excited to see who identify with what song because we've got so many things I'm talking about. So I'm literally like the fans that I've been getting now from the album is such a wide range of people. So that's awesome. It's rewarding. You feel good to feel heard, sing, and also connect with people who I was making this for.
Yeah. What's been the most surprising, like from like as you say, like there's a variety of the fans that come in. What has been kind of one of the most surprising ones that you see?
Mm, the French. Like I have a newfound fan base in Paris. Nice. Which happened from a mistake on Twitter. It's another Ebony that dropped the same day.
Oh wow, really?
It's a French artist. And I thought they was talking about me. And I was like, ah.
Is there like you thought?
They was like, I shouldn't even wait talking about you. But then they all split the block and was like, actually, girl, you so damn. Thank you for this mistake. So now I got like real legit fans and they don't play about me already. Like they been showing me so much love, super supportive.
Yeah,
And they been running it up.
Twitter's I mean,
It's a whole other
a whole another galaxy.
It's crazy because I was sleeping on it where now I'm like you said, there wasn't they more fun. They have fun more shit. They just like, I don't know, it's just different.
No, 100% the same thing in the aspect of like, especially when it comes to music, they are very fervent when it comes to like music, who they stand, who they follow. That's the Beehive, the Monsters, all of the. And so it's, and of course, with like the newer girls that are coming up, like, you and like Summer and like Ari, all these, like the conversations that they have and how they like dissect the music.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. I mean, obviously it gets a little toxic when they're like, and like these girls are all friends and Kiki and y'all pitting them against each other.
They was playing me so tough at first. And then they literally got it full and it was 360. I was like, oh, okay, you. Because at first they was like, ah. I was like, okay, girl, you actually see.
Yeah.
But yeah, Twitter is a whole another key.
Yeah. How does that feel? Speaking of like, obviously, like, all like the fans growing and everyone in their variety of who they like, who they stand and all of this, when you're sitting down a contemporary aspect with, some obviously amazing women and amazing creators like, SZAs and the Ellas of the world. How does that feel? Like now, like, you're not on the outside looking in, you're like, I'm in the cattle, was up there? What's up?
It feels a little surreal sometimes, obviously. I'm just grateful to be in a conversation, honestly. Like these women are so talented and it's not easy putting yourself out there in this space, especially for me. I would say with R&B because we really got to get so much vulnerability, but also like that little balance for me personally. I need to have that balance of like, I'm really a happy ass girl. So even if I'm going through shit, I always find a way to laugh and enjoy life. So it's just not easy putting that out and being received by people. So all the girls, I'm inspired by them. I'm proud of them. So it's for me to be in the conversation. I'm like, period.
Yeah, and I mean, I think recently, what was that? Like literally, like yesterday or the day before. So yeah, like recently, like day before, what yesterday or whatnot, you were at Billboard Women in Music. So like in that aspect, I'm sure there were lots of heavyweights in the room. Who are you like, kind of like kind of fangirling to see? Who are you like, kind of surprised to see? What was like the feeling in the room?
I'm always fangirling Sierra and Kelly Rowland because they look the fuck good. Like what? Like I remember them when I was younger and like just still seeing them and they move with so much poise.
Oh my god,
So much grace with the other artists. It was like that's how I want to be. Like hopefully when I get to that space in my career where it's like their confidence and in any room they in, it just speaks what's up. Where it's like they just very like welcoming. I don't know. They just seem like really good, nice women. So yeah, I'll favorite them.
As someone who's worked with like both of them before, that I agree with you. It's like the most surprising thing. Like Kelly Rowland actually has the most like you want to aura farm her. Just like she's so not like, even when like we were like we have an assistant and she was like, oh my god, your skin is so beautiful. It's like,
Yeah.
you see a lot of artists and people in the industry, like if you're not key, you don't get talked to or get fast. But her taking that time to make sure, even the smallest person on set is nice, like that is kind of, how I hope all these young talents that come up you as well can like take that and like move into your career with that.
I've been on both sides, so I know where it's like I know who I don't want to be like and who I want to be like. So like just like you said, I've been around Kelly, I've been around Beyonce. They are not putting on a front. How they are really how they are in real life. Yeah, they really are just kind and like, they just be chilling. They be, they are not normal, but they are very normal.
Absolutely.
People, so shout out to them. Shout out to the funnies that know how to act. Yeah.
All right. Now let's take us back to the album. Like, how long was this of a process of you putting it together? Like, what was your inspiration going into it? Like, did you go into it like, oh, I want this specific type of album, or did you go into it like, I just want to play around and what catches and like we'll ride that wave? Give us a little bit of like that insight of like, putting this body of work together.
Whew, honey. I started working on this album when I was on tour. I opened up for a couple Jones in 2023. I started on that tour like lightly because I still was like kind of not overwhelmed with all the things. So I was being afforded a lot of opportunities when I first dropped that EP. So like I went on tour, I opened up for Jasmine Sullivan. I was doing a lot of things. I wasn't expecting it yet. So in the process, I found my little ways and times when because I was going through a lot of shit too, in my personal life, all through all of that. So I started then, and then I finished it. I would say 2025. It was finished. No, 2024 technically, and then we came back, just did a 2025, and it dropped. 2026.
And how does that feel? Like, what was your when you were working through, like you said, that you were going through different things in life, and so when you were going and creating the album, was it more of an aspect of like, well, this is kind of just like a diary or like an excerpt for me to like get some of this feeling out, or was it like, no, I want to create this specific body of work to speak to this specific person or thing like that?
A little bit of both. Like it was very much a diary. I'm still going through the stuff that I spoke about on the album. It is about a specific person, but it's also about me. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of just like so many layers to the meaning and like of this album. So yeah, it definitely has been therapeutic. It's like I never been like, you can get lost in this industry and almost I've lost myself at a point. Not the way you would think, but just like I've become a little too consumed with like what I wasn't. Absolutely. And then through this album, I really just was finding my confidence again. Like I got in the gym, I start like back meditating. I cut off that toxic ad nigga. I was just doing all the things for myself and for me to elevate and finding my own self-love again, like loving myself for the first time really.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I was the answer to your question.
Yes, absolutely, definitely answer the question. So, and like as you were saying, like you were putting all of these different feelings into the album. With that, because you speak on so many different topics, grief and loss, and like I said, toxic men and things like that. When you're writing these stories, are you writing them to the music, or are you just kind of writing them as like we were saying, an excerpt and diary, and then it just shapes around music?
For the most part, most of the sessions it went based off of how I was feeling that day, and then we would go through beats, and then based off of whatever, because I was always going through shit, whatever emotion was pulled from the beat, then we just kind of like rode that way. Yeah, stay.
And I mean, speaking of, like obviously like the beats and production and things like that, like, I mean, you worked with some heavyweights on this album. I mean, like Ryan Cox, like, I mean, Jermaine Creek, like that's gotta have been a very crazy feeling. I mean, we grew up on their music and like some of like they are what do they say, the soundtrack of our lives. So like, what did that feel like to be like, in that room creating with those heavyweights that have kind of created classic songs?
So Brian Cox and JD, they were or for the project. They were like the songs needed to the album. So they not on this album. But I did still have some huge producers and people we grew up on, like Rodney Jerkins, Lorenz Dobson from 1500 or Nothing, Shay Taylor, Tommy Brown. I had a lot of up and coming artists, producers too. But yeah, still Rodney Jerkins alone.
Yeah, saying
He wrote so many hits from our childhood. So it just feels like, again, surreal. One of those moments of like, you ain't an average. You're in the big league. So like, stay inspired, stay hungry, stay focused, and just contribute your part to it because you have the people around to help you see it through. So just stay with it.
Absolutely. And with this album, if you could pick 3 songs to give to someone who had never heard it before and you were trying to like, you gotta listen to this album, what are the 3 songs that you would tell them, like, listen to this and it will give you the best overview of writing?
I would just say 3. Let's do 4 or 5.
I'll give you 4.
Okay. That's only you right off the gate. Absolutely. Give y'all the tone and the range. Like, oh damn, okay, she's down there very wetty, And then Sick of Me. Because Sick of Me is very much my energy and very like, I got a lot of energy. Yes. So Sick of Me is very uplifting. Is where I am right now. Where it's like, I want people to know I'm talking about something. It's not just about, I'm doing this. Hey, girl, it ain't about that this time, So, yeah, okay. Only you, Sick of Me. I'm so torn between Blossom.
I was gonna say, like, is Blossom gonna make this list?
That's one of my favorite records. It's written by the incredible Ray from London. Oh, she's incredible. Yeah, she is incredible. It's so hard because Bloom is one of those ones too, but I'll say Blossom Love.
Okay.
Last one. Make it count. Oh, I'm torn between Honest or SOS.
Okay.
Girl. I knew you was gonna spark up. Honest or SOS is so hard. Because both of those showed my rage. Because that's what I'm thinking about. The other one showed the different things, emotion. You talking about stuff, range, like the lower range, and now the other 2 are like the harder 2 songs to perform and sing. Just hard. Which one would you choose between 2?
I don't know. I would have to say Honest, just because I'm a vocals person. Like, no, the moment you put Full Moon on, ears to purge. So, and I just feel like your phrasing, like your approach to that song was actually so. Speaking of, like your range, like, and just like your vocal approach to the album, your music in general. I know I've flexed that you've mentioned references, of course, Brandy, I heard you play like Mariah, Whitney, all the greats and things like that. But like, how does that create the Ebony sound? Like that, the way of how you approach, whether it's, belting, which the girls don't do no more. No full voice, full chest. They don't do exactly. That's all I needed to know.
No, some girls do be singing. I feel like the girls who like, it's some girls in the cut that do be, doing a thing, but like they don't be getting the love that they deserve.
That's what it is. That's the secret. That's the key.
Like they like the deep, deep cuts that we find.
Yeah.
Though people who know me know. Yeah. He said, no, I don't say.
No, I know what you're talking about. I get what you're saying. But like in that approach to like how you approach music, how you approach your voice in general, like, because like you were saying earlier, like in that barrier, you're sitting in your lower register, you're in your chest voice, like that color. Not a lot of people have, not a lot of people can do. So like you and your history and what you put together, how you grown up in, I believe I even heard when we referenced like the Clark sisters. Like, I think You Brought the Sunshine is like one of the greatest songs ever written. So how does that, like, how did all of that go into Ebony and like, okay, well, this is the Ebony sound?
I don't think I thought that deep into it when I was doing it, because I was also finding my voice through the creation of this album, because I've always kind of tried to play the safe route and do like my lower register, because I grew up singing Tony Braxton and like, Brandy loved that low.
Love.
But I really was finding my voice through this whole process. And obviously, I'm sure the inspirations came in at points unconsciously. Like, I probably wasn't even thinking about it. It was like, I feel like Bloom is so NDR coded. I feel like Honest is Brandy coded.
Absolutely. That's why I was going to say honest.
Yeah, yeah. Only You was kind of giving Tony. Like, I was ain't going down like that. And then SOS. Who but SOS? I feel like SOS gives me Jasmine. Like something about it, like the lowness and the not the hook, because the hook kind of gives like, oh, Riri. Like it's so much when I listen now.
Yeah, when you listen back to it now.
Now I'm like, okay, this is kind of giving me this one. This is giving me what I don't think I thought about it in that process. I just was kind of just like, I was sad girl. I was just a sad girl. I was going to it to bring his album. Yeah. So now looking back, I can see the inspirations, but I don't think I thought about it then. I just was trying to get the notes. Where's my
Speaking of the notes, like, so when you're doing that, like, is when you're in the booth, is your approach like a technical, like, pitch, or is it more like you go, there's the feeling girl that just kind of go in there, riff it, move it, do it. Sometimes they don't even remember what they did the first time. So it's like, ain't no stacking that. I remember it. But like which do you feel like you are more?
A little bit of both. That is a beautiful tragedy. Maybe this is really my thing now. I was saying really, it's no set thing with me. Like I'm really just like I go with my feeling. I go with the spirit. I go with how God leads me. So I feel like some days it was very technical. Yeah. And my vocal coach would be like, I want you to do it just like this. And he'd make me keep doing it to like it. And then some days I would just be in my feelings so crazy. He'd be like, okay, we gonna keep what you just did right there. Yeah. So it really was just independent, like how I was feeling, how we was moving that day.
Yes. I love that.
But obviously emotion is always clear. Yeah, so them emotions was kicking off on parts because you still, for me personally, I did have to tap into what I was singing emotionally to still convey what I was singing about. So I think yeah, both.
So take us back a little bit. Like, girl from Detroit. Like when you think about where you came from there, I believe you were also modeling first, but I'm pretty sure I heard enough that music was always on the menu. So in that journey, like of going, okay, cool, one, how did you start mastering? And then two, once you got into modeling, was it like, okay, I'm going to do this for a minute and go to music? Or was it always like, oh, no. The moment I get my golden parachute, I'm out of here.
So once again, I always been very sporadic and I just listen to God. So with the modeling, I didn't grow up thinking I could model. I didn't grow up being like, oh, you really that bitch. You have to go and storm the runways. Like I wasn't told I was beautiful growing up. So at some point people start saying it and dropping the little gems. So I'm like, let me shoot my shot.
Absolutely.
So then I went for it. And then even once I did it, don't misquote me. I was very grateful for the opportunities, the rooms, the lifestyle. Even like me and my girls was teared New York City down for real. Like Europe, New York, like we were the it girls. Like we really had such a great and like pivotal moment. I feel like even in just like the Black scene of models before it shifted now, where we were the girls, like we were the Black models, and then it it shifted and now it expanded. It's such a huge market for us now. But I just found myself at a point where I was like, girl, this ain't really what you care about. Like, I'm not really, like, I love to put that shit on and get dressed and be fly and be cute. But, like, I also love to be basic as fuck some days. And, like, don't want to sweat in a tank top and be on my way and be looking crazy. Where y'all be like, this is not the girl we just saw on Instagram. So I feel like at a point I started to feel like I was muted the most beautiful parts about myself. Like, I feel like who I am and my personality is the best part about me. Like people can tell me I'm beautiful every day. That don't make me feel like I'm accomplishing something in life. Where it's like, okay, your personality and what you can give and how you can make somebody having a terrible day feel better is really what makes me feel good. So it's like, okay, I want to tell my story. I want to do what was always in me before this because I was always singing. Like I would post videos and hide my face and they like people like, damn, did you actually sing? Like, what are you doing? So I'm like, okay, maybe get back into what make me happy. because this is what I'm doing all day at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sitting and I'm not looking at each runway and being like, damn, like, I want this job, or I want, it was points where I was beating myself up, but it was still me finding my way back to the music somehow through that.
Yeah.
So I eventually, like, I popped off, I would say, like, 2014, October 2013. As soon as I moved to New York, I had kind of hit it off. And then, so 2014 year, I had a great year. And then 2015 was when I was like, yeah, you're not really that happy. And it made me feel bad because I felt like I wasn't giving God gratitude for where it took you from. Yeah, it's like you was just homeless just a year and a half, 2 years ago. And now you are traveling the world. You able to help your family if they need you, whatever the case. And you not happy. You walking in these rooms, you questioning if you belong, you questioning your worth. And it's like, like, go do what you want to do and then come back to this space later. So yeah, I was like,
do this.
No, literally. So once my mind was made, I was still taking jobs and doing things, but I was slowly like digging my soul and just like praying to God to help me with alignment. And then he did start aligning me with people unconsciously. Like I said, I had no clue their power. And it's like, damn, this nigga did what? It's like, oh, and then get, here.
Now, if you had to dust off the pumping set, what 2 design news would you be like,
School.
you'll dust them off?
So I got 2 designers suggested off, or no, it's God. When I say I'm so tapped out now, I don't be doing it. I would choose a Black designer who's, doing the things. I don't know who they are right this second because, like I said, when I zone out and I tap into something, I zone out. And I really had to take myself out of that space so that I wasn't beating myself up about. Like, I had to really walk into a whole nother career with full faith that I made the right decision. Yeah. So I had to step away. So I really don't know.
Okay.
I feel so bad saying shit, but I had to step away because otherwise I would have been focused on where I was and what, like, damn, like, did you make the right, you know what I'm saying? Or it's like, focus on this right now. So I would just choose a random, not a literal random, you know what I mean?
Of course.
Do the little thing with the edit.
Christopher John Rogers out there. There's some Sergio Hudson stuff.
Brandon Blackwood.
Like
him. Like, he'd be cute. And then one of my OGs, let me think. I would dust it off of YSL. They show me love.
Absolutely.
They always nice, cute, sleek, sexy. Yeah, I would do them too.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Now, if you on, like, I know, like I say, super tapped out, just only been in, you were in on the music. If there was a few, or maybe let's say like 2 of the current albums that you're like obsessed with, or like that you admire, that have come out in the last 5 years, what are 2 albums that you're like, they did that?
Okay, so I would say 2 albums from the last 5 years. One, Olivia Dean, Breath of Fresh Air.
Absolutely.
Damn.
Absolutely.
R&B. Anybody that's good. I'm just not. I haven't been listening to nobody. I've been literally nose deep in this fucking album.
Yeah, listen, I'll take that. I mean, you was playing. I feel like I heard some Kalani, the new album.
Love Kalani. Love her. She's a girl's girl. That's what I like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that about her.
Absolutely.
Like, she's a girl's girl. Ladies, Clarke Kalani's tea. She's a girl's girl.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I could say her too. Yeah, we dropped this like my album twin. We dropped on the same day.
Oh yeah, you guys did. I know I was like bouncing back and forth of both of them, but I mean, listen, I'm an R&B bro, so.
But that's the beauty. What I loved about the difference between our albums is so different.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where it's like, I feel like the people are being fed right now. Like how back in the day, everybody was able to exist. We had Mary, we had Brandy, we had all of the girls dropping.
Absolutely.
And we was all fed with the different vibes.
It was like, I was like, speaking of Twitter, they always, throwing, this day in 2000, whatever, this song. And you're like, honestly, you look back on the charts and the top 10 was a top 10. You knew every word of each song. Sometimes our top 10s now Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm still about to revive it. I
No,
feel
but our R&B from Aztec, oh my god, like definitely a renaissance of R&B,
right.
in a way where it's like you said, like we just absolutely are being fans, like left, right, and center. So like the music that the girls, in most of the girls, which women are just god tier. But there's a few of the guys. I mean, Leon Thomas, like
Oh yeah, he's right.
beats,
Yeah.
absolute beats. This stuff. Like I like if there was anyone else out there, I feel like okay, like they're running out.
Yeah, no, he's amazing. I feel like I'm blanking on somebody though. Making me mad the last 5 years.
All right, okay. So we know. Speaking of Twitter, everybody's Mount Rushmore going viral. This girl said that. This girl's on this one. What about yours? Who would you say is on Ebony Riley's Mount Rushmore of Shade Me? That's in the gang.
Okay. My best. Oh, wait. This is two people that shade
She you
person.
that you feel.
Yes, that I remember identifying it as a child.
Yes.
Okay. Whitney Houston. Brandy. Mary J. Blige. Wait, Riri.
You, this album, it's new. I don't want to say what's next because you literally just dropped it, but like, how do you plan to kind of carry this moment now? Like, what's next? Or is we an aspect of like promotion of how are you going to work? They say the girls don't work the out like they used to.
Oh, I'm working this up though. Every penny of it, because it was costly. Okay. We had the biggest producers on here on saying, maybe, yeah. To just really live in this moment. Like I said, I'm actively healing and living through his album. So I'm gonna do all the things. I'm gonna perform. I'm gonna get out there. I'm still building my band base. I'm still finding my people. So I just want to be in front of people. I'm gonna perform. I feel like that's my stronger point. Because people get to really feel it and I'm thinking gets into my personality and everything. So it's like I'm sure I think it's a shit. So yeah, I just wanna.
You need to broke up all tours. That's really what it is.
One tour is crazy.
All tours.
But they used to eat down.
They Steve down. Like, where else are you gonna see Beyonce and Britney Spears in the middle of a What's a Sparks?
You will not see that. But hey boy, something changed. Come on, bro. Like you was not about to put me in break your legs. Go.
No. I don't think it's like the festival ecosystem has replaced them all.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, I just want to get on tour. Like I want to claim my own personal tour. Okay. And then hopefully open us for another artist and inspired. Wow.
What are you manifesting?
I can't say all that. I like to pity for my mom to God's ears.
Boom.
But
Boom. That's the
we're gonna come back to this when it happens.
period far. And we're gonna like put the name in there.
Yeah.
Like, see, she called it.
Exactly. Because I know I'm Rambo.
Oh man, I'm sitting you all the positive vibes.
Yes, help murmur forgot. Jesus.
Awesome. So I guess if there was one like last thing you would want to say to like feel like, why someone should listen to your album.
Why you should listen to my album? I feel like people should listen because this is for the girls and boys who are in the heal, hold themselves accountable, level up, get rid of toxicity. And also enjoy because there's so many layers of like the good things in life. Like everybody goes through what I'm talking about on this album. Like I didn't write it with the intention of like, well, I'm gonna get this person in this demographic. It was strictly for myself. And from that, I'm already seeing how many people are going through it. It's always that reminder of everybody going through life. It's like everybody got shit going on. So hopefully, yeah, y'all find it and y'all can, identify however and there's lots of other ways you print this out.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for you spending this time with us and bringing us into your world. And I'm about to bring you to mine. Here, let's do this game. Start.
Okay, see, we about to eat down.
Thanks everyone again. It's Alan Troy from Kode Magazine. Ebony Riley. Coming soon.
Yes.
Wow. Amazing.
Seafood.
But baby. I enjoyed that.
Thank you.